kind at Oxford.
So? That was good.
No one shunned me or ripped my stockings or took my bicycle. So you see, I can't have been unhappy there. The other students were all very friendly and pleasant, but unfortunately... Unfortunately, whenever I spoke to undergraduates, I was always a little behindhand.
Jane, are you playing tennis this afternoon?
Oh, I'm sorry, I've got an essay crisis.
Well, how about you?
Look, I must dash.
Yes, ja.
Bye.
How about tennis? Are you game for a game?
There was always that strange gulf. I used to envy them, though, as they shouted greetings to each other and waved from their bicycles. Horned mammals and ungulates having got there before them.
How's it going? Press on regardless, eh? Oh, you going to the Commem Ball? You must. Everyone's going.
It was because of all these things that I usually ended in laughter. But people noticed.
I'm afraid, Lady Stocker, that we are drifting near to a spiritual holocaust. How much as I admire these anti-race people and student demonstrators, they surely tend to forget, in spite of all the material threats to our valuable Western contribution to civilization, that a far graver one lies ahead in the form of a spiritual waste, a spiritual vacuum for the blank apathy of the masses.
It's too extreme. Sure. What do you think, Josephine?
I'm so sorry. Please excuse me. I seem to have made rather a long speech about a very trivial story.
Go on.
Oh, nothing else.
Oh, is that all? Have all the animals retreated? Good. When one is adolescent, one can often get caught up in one's own thoughts and dreams. This sometimes can happen to many of us. But you are no longer adolescent. So, the past is a dream that is over. And now we think of the future, yes?
Then I shall be leaving soon, now that I'm better.
Dearie, no one has thought that far ahead yet. First, you must be working in the real world.
But it's real here. When I was in the dormitory...
You are away from the dormitory now. And we have found for you a job in the town. That is good. And Josephine, when you are working, when you have flown from under the leaves back to the busy sky, is that good? Then we will begin to worry about the future, when the doctor has regraded you.
Regraded me? Like eggs? As what?
Why should it matter, dearie?
Why should it?
If you had come here because of some injury to an arm or a leg, you would not be made miserable by all this.
Miserable? The sun shines. The nights are hot.
In the summer, I left my country. The summer I left was hot, with no rainfall, and the dust used to hang about the streets. On Sunday, my father used to take us to the park. My mother, my father, and myself, every Sunday, until they took him away, and would take us too. But we ran. We ran away. It was not so always.
I'm sorry.
Dearie, you mustn't. Now, don't sit here dreaming. Or they will think you are preoccupied and withdrawn and not yet ready for a working day. I think I will want to come in here sometimes and talk about life. But now I must run. And you must be patient until you find the right medium in which to flourish.
How about the wildlife in your country? The badgers, for example, did they find the right medium to flourish in?
I was always too short-sighted to see any.
Gosh, I must say I feel just like that too.
I beg your pardon. Like what? What do you feel like?
Oh. Have you been in this outfit long?
No, not very.
Ah!
At least not as long as some of them.
I must say, doesn't look much wrong with you.
No, there isn't.
You look pretty healthy, in
I
fact.
did have an illness, but that's past now.
Uh-huh. The trouble with this place is it's like the worst kind of private hotel. Tennis,
Excuse me.
block golf,
Excuse me.
5 minutes to the town centre.
Excuse me.
Don't you think so? So tedious. Ah, I can't even get through a thriller.
Excuse me. I'm afraid you're blocking my view.
View? What view? There's nothing to look at.
There's the
None of the
hill.
grounds. That awful factory tower. I know I'm no Adonis.
I like to look at the hill.
Oh, the hill. Poppy.
They only grow here in the ha-ha.
What's a ha-ha?
This wall and
Oh, it's to keep cattle in.
this ditch
And humans
is called
out.
a ha-ha.
Ah. This wall and ditch are called a ha-ha.
Nobody ever comes here except me.
It's full of poppies. Opium. Look, I'm sorry I've interrupted you. I mean, burst in your privacy, but I long for someone to talk to. One explosion, anything. God, how I long to see a few women. So many old men stuck together will all end up as queers. Pardon my curiosity, but why are you here? I mean, you look so odd. Not so jolly, healthy, normal.
That's because I shall be leaving soon.
Uh-huh.
I shall miss the ha-ha, though. In fact, I shall miss the whole place.
God.
I've rather come to regard it as my home now that Mother is dead.
Sorry. Hard luck. It must have been a blow. I'm awfully sorry.
Oh, don't mention it. It was an accident, simply an accident. Not that it wasn't a great blow.
Yes, well, it must have been. I'm here because of tension. Nervous tension. Anxiety neurosis. On the ward, they call it me noives. Too many emotional crises in my life, I expect. I'm having analysis.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear it.
Oh, not at all, don't mention. It's obvious you're not here because of too many emotional crises.
It's a year since Mother died, if that's what you mean.
No. I mean crise d'amour. Women. Or rather, men.
A man once kissed me, but it hurt. I think his teeth were too large or protruding or something.
Well, I mean, the trouble is, they're like animals, aren't they? They're always unsatisfied. The trouble with me is, I've let women down once too often. My performance is poor.
Your performance?
My performance. So the family doctor stuck me in here in the old nut factory. In among a lot of depressives and schizies.
Schizies? What are they?
Schizophrenics. Split personalities, you know. Smitten with la belle indifférence. Now, what's your name?
Josephine. Do they cure them?
I'm Alistair. Hey, what treatment do they give you, by the way? Pills? Electric chair? Heart-to-heart?
I don't think of it. Mother used to say there were some things it was just not right to remember.
I expect you were deeply attached to Mother, eh? To your mother.
We were good friends. Only Mother used not to like the way I laughed so much. She used to call me her giggly girl. Or if it grew excessive, the giggly one.
Well, why did you laugh so much? I don't find it so very funny. I mean, I think it's positively gruesome sometimes. La condition humaine.
It was just that it seemed...
Why did you laugh?
It was just that it seemed so funny being alive at all.
Funny?
Yes.
What a rare gift.
Was it?
I envy you. I mean, did it all seem funny? Everything? That's why they sent you here. To cure you of your laughter.
Yes, I suppose that was why. I must go. The sister always comes in to say good night before she goes off duty.
Hey, Alpha-Mo! What a rare gift. God, what a pity to have to cure someone of their sense of humor. Why didn't you teach your mother to laugh, too? Forgive my asking, but, were you fond of your mother? Or did you hate her?
Of course I didn't hate her. Mother and I were very thick. We were very good friends.
I've brought you a few fresh flowers. And you mustn't work too hard, you know. Now, why don't you take a breather? But if you feel like it, that is. It isn't too hot, is it? What a hot day. It's so hot. Of course, when we were in Africa, Bertie and I, do you like the heat?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Yes. Well, of course, when we were in Africa,
I wonder if the monkeys would be better off at the tops or bottoms of trees.
Yes, indeed. I'm afraid I don't know. Well, I'll leave you in peace now. If it's a bit quiet for you up here, why don't you come down to the garden for a bit of sun? I do hope you're liking us. Yes, well, my daughter will be coming to stay soon. Then things will be livelier for you. Do you like children?
Yes. Yes, I do.
I'm so glad you're liking us. I do hope you're going to want to stick it out until our little library is complete. And I expect the gentleman from the hospital will be giving you a clean bill of health soon, and then you'll be wanting to, well, take off somewhere at a more exciting atmosphere. Well, you know, you'll be wanting to launch out, won't you? Well, to something more exciting. Yes?
Do you mean my life ought to be different?
Oh, my dear, no. I just meant that we, Bertie and I, we like having you here, but well, youth is short, and well, you might want to push off early sometimes, you know, party or something. I am so glad that you're liking us.
Yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo! Hello! I didn't think you were ever going to deign to notice me. How are you? Where have you been hiding yourself since Oxford? You were suddenly swallowed up in darkness. Oh, gosh. You better get in. But how are you? It's been ages. When I went down, I wanted to go into business administration in a chocolate-making firm. You know, become a busy career woman. Awful. I had the right degree and all that. Oh, do you remember Gail Phillips? She's a journalist now, terribly high-powered. Gail? Yes, Gail. But after Oxford, chocolate doesn't really seem worthwhile for a career. I mean, and I don't really think I want a career now. So involved with Tony. Marriage has got me in its clutches. So much for the independent woman.
I'm sorry to hear it.
Take my advice and don't get caught up in it. It's such a bore. Be wise and stay outside the game, like a sensible intellectual. But how are you? And what are you doing?
I'm doing a catalogue.
Really?
In there.
Sounds terribly cerebral. What of?
Oh, everything there is.
Gosh, interesting. Daddy gave me the car. I call her the Rabbit. Heavens, is that the time? Oh, I must be going. I'm meeting Tony at 6. Oh, gosh, I completely forgot. Tony and I are giving a party. You must come. Everyone from college will be there. At least, everyone we know. And, of course, all Tony's mates, too. There we are. It's Waterminster Place. It's just round the corner. Sorry to have to rush off. See you next week. We'll have a big intellectual chat. Tony says I'm almost a cabbage already. Bye.
That's what that car. An invitation. Oh, what's the difficulty? You should be pleased. Come on, smile. Soulier MacLean's. That's about time someone enticed you back from your underworld. You can't stay here forever, you know.
Yes, but I don't think I'd be any good at that kind of party.
What kind?
The men and women kind.
Well, provided there's plenty to
I
drink.
shouldn't know what to wear. Unless, of course, it's fancy dress.
That's hardly likely.
You see,
Well, wear anything. I mean, a little black number.
only one invitation has ever come my way,
Wear anything you like.
and that was the day Mother died.
That shouldn't stop you now.
Hey! Hey, you forgot your invitation! Hey, don't! You forgot your invitation. Oh, my God. Whew. I'm out of training. Why don't you wear that to the party?
No.
Go on, it's very smart. Here we are, madam. Ha! Just what you require. In voluptuous black satin.
No!
Steady on, Hope. Steady on.
I was once invited to a party, and Mother... We decided to go to London for a dress.
This one?
Mother wanted to come with me, but I don't like to confess this. I put Mother off. I wanted to go by myself.
What did she say?
Oh, she seemed to understand. She said, I know when it's time for we, the older generation, to step back and give the younger generation a chance to blossom out. When do you propose to launch out on your little jaunt?
So, you bought a nice dress, eh?
Mother was... When we were washing up the breakfast things, the drain became blocked. And when we went outside to unblock it, there was a snail. Mother stared at it. And I wanted to laugh at these two opposite ends of existence coming together.
Well, that's good. So you should have.
And Mother said, Josephine, my dear, just slip upstairs and get my other glasses from my bedside table. So I went upstairs and stared at her bed. The wires and plugs of the electric blanket running out of the mattress. Tins of biscuits. Bible Union leaflets. And I thought of Mother lying there with Father, all grey and withered. Well, all around them raced the pigs, the hippopotami, the even-toed ungulates, and they pranced and
Steady
danced,
on,
and I laughed
steady
and
on,
laughed.
dear.
Not even Mother's reproaches could stop me, and I went up and bought the dress, but I never wore it because it was that night that Mother had the accident with the electric blanket. It was as though my laughter had killed her.
Yes, I suppose it was. Hey, wish I'd been invited to a party. I'd like to be going to a really good one, with lots to drink, some new records, euphoria all round.
I shouldn't know what to say.
You don't seem to be having much difficulty now.
I should be at a loss.
Oh, come on, now don't start all that again, please. Sorry. I'm sorry. Look, that's all over now. You were bonkers then. Well, come on, smile. Say cheese. You can look quite pretty when you smile.
Oh, surely not. I don't think you're quite right there. Mother used to say that although content was good, the vessel was an ordinary workaday affair. Man on a galloping horse wouldn't stop.
A galloping horse? What a criterion. Didn't you hate your mother? Didn't you?
I got used to her.
Didn't you hate her? Aren't you glad she's dead? Aren't you really? Aren't you glad?
I am glad. I'm glad she's dead. I'm glad.
That's good. Well, tomorrow, off to fresh fields and pastures new. Oh, hey, you'll need this.
You're sure it's all right?
I expect so. That's right. That's the spirit, little cat. If you'll excuse my saying so, you've got a laugh like a disused lavatory system.
But that's because things have changed. Of course I shall go to the party. I'll slip silently and secretly into the real world as though I'd never been absent.
Hey, bring me some good jokes, will you? Not too blue, though. I'm supposed to be en vacances from all that.
Oh, what shall I wear? What does one wear for this sort of occasion?
Oh, wear anything you like. Only don't laugh like that at the party, or the big bad world will spit you straight back in here. Enjoy yourself, smile nicely, and...
Please, go away. You know it is not permitted. Go away.
enjoy yourself.
Dearie.
He's a friend.
If you wish to be happy,
Oh, but I am.
you must do what we think is best for you. That is why we have the rules. You must find the right friends.
I've been invited to a party.
So, with a girlfriend, someone of your own culture. Good. You should attend that.
Yes.
Dearie, I always carry this with me. I would like that you wear it for the party. If it is a good party with strong memories, then keep it. Hmm? May I? My father gave this to me. He would be very happy to think that you... There. I hope that Waterminster Place is a happy place. Good night, dearie.
Smashed as well. Come on, the party's still... Turn left, it's the traffic lights.
Sorry.
Hey.
Come here. Well,
Man. Hey. How are you? What are you doing?
Not like Ronnie Scott. No, just in bars, that's it. It's music, if you like that sort of music, and I do. Music that has charms to soothe the savage beast. Breast. Beast. Breast!
But it's all so madly competitive. One simply has to accept their values. Young marrieds, I mean. Suddenly one finds one's become a young married straight out of the Sunday supplements. It's frightful, frightful. Josephine! Oh, I'm so glad you could manage, Joe. I know you intellectuals don't have time for this sort of thing usually. Tony!
Yes, love?
Darling, this is Josephine, one of the eggheads of our
Ah, so glad you could make it.
I went right from thinking last week.
Darling, I must see what's happening in the kitchen. It's probably flooded with mackerel.
A little swim, brother.
I'll take your coat.
Yeah, it's going to be hot in here. There we are.
Well, it all depends on your frame of reference.
Right here.
Cover the whole thing myself. A moral blanket. No wider vision.
Well, you see, her husband had a passion for quilting, and it's been 3 weeks.
That is so well fed. Get it.
Hello. Now, what did you read?
English.
Ah. Did you have a passionate affair with Anglo-Saxon? Beowulf and all?
What did you get? Well, what degree, I mean?
I didn't get it.
Oh, poor love. What happened? Did you write on both sides of the exam paper and not write your name in capital letters?
I'm afraid I never took the exams. I was ill.
Ah, lucky old you.
Poor darling. Well, I expect you had to plead for a merciful release with the examiners standing by all dressed in black, mouthing Latin incantations while they burnt the exam papers in a cauldron.
Well, I wish I could have pleaded illness. The only thing I could plead, though, was laziness.
The best way to pass exams, of course, is to seduce the examiner.
It's easier for some.
I don't think I'd have had much luck there with old Horrible.
Oh, I don't know about that. Yeah. Well, I was going to attend to my hostly duties. The heavenly host, you know. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Introductions. And now then, this is Priscilla and this idiot Jamie. Josephine. Take care of over there.
I leave them with you.
Well, I could use another drink.
Do you know if Jill's still floating around with Bran?
I haven't asked him. I think he's being a bit bloody, threatening to go off on some mad adventure to Persia, looking for Zoroastrian temples or something.
Well, he won't find any. They've all been sold to the Yanks.
God, I'm all for a bit of adventure.
I like adventure too. I once followed the line of the Thames and Severn Canal until it ran under a hill. It was a very strange experience because in most places it had disappeared. Just died. And there was nothing left to mark it but a line of rushes.
Really?
How sinister. That adventure made me rather sad.
Must have been like seeing an old dowager undressed.
Another adventure was when I was...
Of course, Bran's last adventure was rather more exotic. I think she was Indian.
Oh, darling, there's Johnny. Must fly.
I must get another drink. I'm almost sober. Hi, I've been saying hello.
Did you, make that sweater yourself? It's a jolly good effort for an Anglo-Saxon expert.
No, I was given it. An old man made it for me in the occupational therapy out at the hospital. He jumped out of the bushes and handed it to me, and then he told me he was trying to get out, but they were keeping him there. He thought they were going to kill him.
Extraordinary.
Sorry?
How extraordinary.
Oh, I thought you said extraordinary.
Drink, love.
Put it around my neck. Your arms.
Sorry.
Don't apologize. Why so tense? Relax.
I'm afraid I can't dance.
Nice, smooth skin.
Perhaps it would be easier if I were on roller skates, then you could wheel me.
Nice, smooth skin.
That's the second time you've said that. Are you a taxidermist?
I can see you're someone who's more interested in politics and being intellectual than dancing. Excuse me, I've just seen you. You don't mind, do you?
She makes catalogues of everything there is.
And what is that?
Well, on the one hand, there are the stars and snow and love. Only that's not easy. And death, but that's simpler. And on the other side, there are houses like this one. Perched high in the sky. With pockets of electricity and water and music and pipes and tubes running down into the earth and everyone eating and dancing and talking about the best way of life and the way to deal with African snakes. Oh, as though nothing had happened, and really, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Steady on, Christ!
Must you?
Well, I've said it's not yet the witching
My
hour.
bath night, you see.
Do what you can, love, will you?
You must keep in touch.
Is that girl?
I haven't had a minute to hear your
Some loony Helena invited. I didn't think she'd turn up.
You must come round for a proper chat. I'll hear all your theories about life. Do ring. You've got our number.
Oh, come on, Helena!
Discovered. Hello. I'm killing time. Killing time. Well, it's only 7:30. Hours to kill. Oh! Ah, dear, dear. How do you manage these nunnery hours of yours, eh? I shan't sleep unless something steps in to break up this monotonous, virtuous calm. Hey, did you have a good party? Did you remember to smile nicely? Did you get drunk?
Why did you send me to that place? That party? I don't belong anywhere.
Look, I'm sorry, old thing. I'm awfully sorry. Hey, this is bad. Are you fed up about this business? Is it something you can tell your Uncle Alistair? Let's have a smoke, shall we? Let's have a talk. Let's go outside and get away from the morgue for a bit. We'll get your heart, shall we? No, I know. I know somewhere better. Come on. Come on, don't be nervous. It's an adventure. Ooh, the knife centre of the brain farm. Well, well, well. What do you make of this? Oh, he obviously doesn't like the look of us. Shrewd chap. Ah, good evening, Doctor. Yes, good evening. Yeah, we have a very interesting case here. Yes, we do, yes. Conversion hysteria. Mr. Alistair Faber, that's the name, yes. Oh, very interesting. Well, gentlemen, please be seated. Oh, thank you very much. This guy. So the party was dismal, eh? Well, never mind. Better luck next time. It's not your type, perhaps. Hard luck. Poor old thing. The Tate is more your medium, I expect. And what did you say?
I told him it was my bath night. You asked me why I was here and I couldn't tell you, but now I know why. It's because I don't belong anywhere else. It wasn't the party that was wrong, it was me. I don't know the rules of life. I'm odd. I'm not a proper person. I'm one of those people who ought never to have been born, or wasn't born.
Well, no wonder you didn't enjoy the party. But you know, frankly, I didn't really think you would. I mean, your sort of person. Well, you know, I mean, well, just for the reasons you said. You see, your particular illness... Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's only what I've learned from reading books and talking to the skitzies in the ward.
What? What was that?
Sorry. Sorry, forget it.
What did you say?
Look, forget it, I don't know anything.
Is that what they call it? Is that what's wrong with
Look,
me?
it's not the
Is
same.
that what it is?
Forget it. Please, please, forget it. Look, I know nothing about nervous disorders. I'm really entirely ignorant, I assure you. You don't mind, do you? I mean, it's only their terminology. It's only a word, okay? Okay? Look, I'm sorry. God, it's so tactless. It's... Well, these terms are very superficial.
Are you sure?
You know, far from being odd, you're about the most real person I've ever met.
What? Am I? What does that mean?
Come here. Come and sit here. You're the first person I've met, the first woman anyway, that doesn't just play a game with herself and other people.
But I want
listen,
to.
Listen, if you say you don't know the rules, that you can't learn them, don't you see, that's what's so nice about you. It's not because you're, well, schizophrenic, that's just a bloody silly word. It's because you're real, that society doesn't appeal much to you.
I do.
Look, you've got a sense of proportion. What's the only thing you like about this place? It's your patch of poppies, your ha-ha, right? Because that's the only real thing in the place. I admire you. Really, I do. You refresh me. You do good to people like me who lead rather empty lives. Do you still mind the label? Oh, look. Some people are so proper, so bloody careful and correct, they give me the creeps. I want to run away when I think of them.
Do you think it doesn't matter then? Being odd and not belonging?
You should be thankful that you're not like Helena. What's her name? Oh, I don't say their lives stink. They're probably quite worthy people, but they're so busy finding husbands and houses and good income brackets that they haven't got time to be conscious. They're so anaesthetized and stuffy. So bloody unreal.
Is that your illness as well, then?
Well, that's probably what paralyzed me and sent me impotent and all that. I won't go into details about now a bit. Huh. I'm becoming like the jolly old Delphic Oracle. Anyway, they give me the creeps, too.
Oh, you needn't look so anxious. I don't mind a bit. I never was cured and I never will be.
Well, what are you laughing at?
We're flies. All flies.
Flies?
Upside down on the ceiling. Well-mannered and walking and talking about the best way of life and the way to bring up children and religion and income taxes and Art Nouveau, and they can't see it's absurd. Upside down on the ceiling. They can't see it's absurd.
I've never seen you like this before. Hey, I like you when you laugh like that. Makes you look like a cat.
What do I usually look like then? How have I changed?
Well, your face, it's come alive. It's lost that deadpan look. In fact, you've got a face. You know, I believe you're human after all.
Human? Did you think I was a monster or a savage or a Martian when we met in the summer?
Last week.
Last week?
Yeah. You're improving, you know that? You might even learn to be flippant. I might even teach you to be flirtatious. Hey, shall we dance? Come on.
I can't.
Come on.
A man danced with me at the party. He kept pressing my side. I held my breath. I think he was doing it on purpose.
Poor old thing. Hey, you better push off or we'll be getting the bag. Yeah, you're a nice little thing. Cat's face. I shall miss you.
Miss me? Are you going? Just that?
Some must watch, and some must sleep. So runs the world away. Some.
Are you going?
Well, not unless. You do me good.
Do I?
You remind me that another world exists.
I do.
A nice little thing.
What a serious room this is. Look at all this paneling. And these books. Oh, so reasonable. Hey, do you know something?
What?
You haven't mentioned your mother all evening.
Haven't I?
Well, that's an achievement.
Is it?
Well, it means you're becoming independent.
Mother was a great one.
Mother! You better be quiet. We'll be discovered.
I was thinking.
You're always thinking. You're always preoccupied with sincerity. That's what I like about you. What did you do when that man tried to kiss you? The one whose teeth jutted out.
I held my breath and counted 10. And then I tried to picture him as a huntsman in a green velvet hat. And then in a bowler. And then I started to laugh and couldn't stop, and he seemed rather put out when I told him.
Well, I should think he was. Most men are pretty sensitive about their performance. You cool, objective creature.
I don't think I'm cool anymore.
No? Perhaps not.
You make me feel real.
Do I? So do you. For me.
Could I have one of your cigarettes?
Now? Later.
I've never smoked.
Later. You're so real. I'm afraid of the others. The ones who possess the earth.
No one was unkind at Oxford. It was just that they possessed the world, and I didn't even seem to have the knack of existing.
Well, you exist for me.
Do I?
Very much. Well, you frighten me sometimes.
Frighten? No, I didn't.
Well, and you're so serious.
What?
I mean, you never play around. Not even for a moment.
Mother used to think that...
No, Mother.
She thought that Oxford was a gay round of social activity, that I ran through them all rather quickly. I didn't feel as though I existed then.
Oh, you exist now. For me, at any rate. Too much so, in fact.
Alistair,
Hmm?
will you give me...
What's that?
If you were to hold me...
Nice little thing. Nice thing. Oh, nice thing. Oh, nice thing. Nice thing. Let's get ready. Come on. Oh, nice thing. Oh, nice thing. Oh, nice little thing. Come on.
Now that we are...
What's the matter? Hey, you all right? Well, it's always a bit odd the first time.
Yes.
It's a matter of adjustment, you know. It's like, well, a screw that's stiff. If you'll excuse the delicate metaphor.
You mean the next time? Now that we
Do
are...
you want one?
lovers, will we often?
Giuseppina. Giuseppina.
I suppose now that we're lovers, there are many things to talk about.
As the walrus said, you funny little thing. Don't you want me to go so as you can get some sleep?
No. The other's more important.
What other? What other?
Our life, together. You've initiated me. No one has ever loved me before.
Poor little Josephine. You should get out of here. Run away. You've got to make up for a lot of lost time.
Will we? Tomorrow.
Right. Right. Tomorrow evening as ever was. Right. Ah, yeah, nice girl. Nice Josephine. It's a nice evening.
Nice evening.
Dearie? Is your life so full that you cannot now be in bed? Where have you been? If it is with your new friends, I'm only glad you have found your place at last. You will soon fly away, as I said before, from under the leaves back into the busy world.
I'll go away somewhere.
Yes, dearie. Do you think you would be able to find a really kind, sympathetic young woman with whom to share a flat? Or perhaps a hostel?
Or why not a husband?
Oh, yes, of course. Marriage is important, but not just yet. I do not think of you marrying just yet.
You do not think?
You have been ill. What you need is something to lean on. A banister. That would be good. What is it, dearie? What is it?
you think I care about my status? Do you think I care whether I'm ever regraded or not?
Josephine.
Do you think I care whether the doctors and the hospital board decide I'm sane or insane?
Josephine,
I
you
don't care
mustn't say that.
twopence. Nice, quiet friends. I want to live. To feel.
Of course.
I was born for something more.
Listen
I was
to
born
me.
for so much joy. More than you could ever imagine. My life is far different from what you could imagine.
It is his fault, mostly. He should not have allowed you to misunderstand. You live in a world of your own, and he has abused this innocence.
World of my own. Do you think I'm not a real person? Do you think I don't have passions and feelings as real as anyone?
Dearie, will you please go...
Stop it! You try to keep me in a world of my own. You treat me like a mental invalid. You cherish me like a diseased person. Why not put coloured ribbons in my hair and make me wear flowered pinafores like they do in the chronic ward? But I'm real. I was born for joy. For so much joy. For love.
Tell me. Tell me about him. Tell me about him. I would like to hear. I am sorry if I treat you like an invalid. I do not regard you so, far from it. But I am a nurse, and I care. Tell me.
Excuse me, there's a crumb on your top lip. One that got left behind in the general march downstairs. Maybe the same one as last week. Observation confirms, however, that it is not. It is slightly larger, in fact.
Better? Good night, dearie.
So small. Don't bury me. Coffin. So small. Don't bend me double. Mother, I am only a child. Don't bury me. Don't. So green.
Just a dream. What is it then? Only a dream?
Gaze.
Yes, dear, yes, only a dream.
Something gazed at me. Coffin.
Only a dream.
There's bright green grass.
All over now, just a dream.
No, no.
Come on, dear, into bed.
No.
Into bed.
Coffin.
Have a rest. There's a girl.
No.
Oh, well, that's all right then. That's simple. I'll just sit here for a while till you're over it. Come on, dear. That's it. You'll be going home soon, won't you, dear? Yes. Do you like children, dear? Do you like... What, dear? Oh. Well, there we are. Of course, we'll be going away soon too, you know. With the kids, of course. Do you know Southend, dear?
Yes. That'll be nice.
Well, at Southend, you know, you'll never believe this. Guess what? Well, go on, guess. Guess what?
I can't.
What is there at the seaside? Well, come on. What is there, eh?
Well, there's the sea and...
Yes, there's the sea. But what's beside it?
I don't know.
What's beside the sea?
Well, there are caravans and...
And slot machines. Fish and chips out of a slot machine with a tiny cardboard knife and fork. Well, how about that? Do you like budgies? Look, dear, I'll get you something. Send you to sleep and settle your stomach. Now, you just hang on.
Alistair. I dreamt I was being buried by monks with smiling faces and Mother was... I was a child and...
There we are. That's the girl. Now, you take this. Come on, dear. That's it. Now we'll tidy you up a bit, shall we? Make you more comfortable. That's right. All right? There we are. Now, straighten this sheet and we'll tuck you in. Lie down, dear. Go on, lie down. You'll feel much better if you lie down. There we are. That's the ticket. Now, you just go to sleep. And I'll sit tight. All right, dear? I'm knitting a cardigan for our Ken. He's our youngest, you know. They're so expensive clothes for the two of them, but, well, you've got to have them dressed. That's why I knit my own. My husband laughs at me. I don't think he thinks they're fit.
Sister said you ought to be up. You ought to be dressed by now. Bleeding slacker. Bastard. The same.
Do you know where Alistair Faber is?
Don't know.
Alistair Faber? The one who's always laughing and talking.
You mustn't ask me questions like that. I don't remember anything. I have to begin afresh each day. Every day is the first for me, the day God created Adam. The electric's done that for me. ECT, that's what did it.
Wanting something?
That's what put paid to my memory.
Do you know where Alistair is?
Looking for Mr. Faber. He's gone. Bad luck. Went off this morning without notice.
Flowers. They gave me these at the porter's desk. It's the man. He's being discharged today. Had to push off early. Flowers. With his love. And a letter. They're lovely flowers.
Lovely flowers.
Shall I put them in water? They're thirsty. They need to drink. Your letter. You haven't opened your letter. You know, Miss Smith said once letters have been on the wall, they're not just anybody's letter. Sister. Sister, these flowers not in water. A letter. She hasn't opened her letter.
All right, Kathy, put the flowers in water. I know this person has gone away. It is all for the best, dearie.
I must go.
He has his studies and you have your life to live.
I must go.
The doctor will be here soon.
I must stay alive.
Why don't you make yourself look good for him? Hmm? Where is the chain I gave you?
Must find
Why don't you wear it for him?
the real world.
I put them in water. Pretty flowers.
Yes, they are pretty flowers.
You play along.
In the woods, when I was a child...
You won't get anywhere if you don't. No! Josephine, no!
You must not excite yourself.
Play along.
You must rest.
I will play the game.
Real things.
Things
The
are
real world. I want you to see Mother.
Please.
No! But no! But no! Josephine! No!
Josephine!
Clumsy Josephine. She enough, no.
Where is Josephine?
She hasn't opened her letter.
Oh, what letter is this?
She ought to open it. It's not good to leave letters lying about unopened. Never know what's in it. Might be important. Football pools, it might be. Or a love letter, it might be. It's been there a long time. It's a letter from the man. Oh, I'm getting so burned off. Why don't they obey the rules? You're naughty, Josephine.
So, the wanderer has come home again. Mrs. Mabry is coming to see you. Perhaps you can work for her again. It would fill your life.
I want so little of life, I assure you. I merely wish to be left alone to wander freely and independently of any rules.
Keep to the rules, dearie, and you will be cured.
There is nothing I wish to be cured of.
It is only a matter
I
of
have
time.
the right profile, a smile.
Before you are regretted.
You see, I have collected 18 rules. Some to do with one's family and their representatives, others to do with one's little social world. The rules of what to do and what to say in order to be legitimate. When I have collected 20, this should be sufficient to set me on the road.
Josephine.
I know the game. Maybe my play is a little surprising, but it works as well as Helena's.
Josephine, you...
Or yours!
Calm yourself, Josephine.
Order!
I'll get the doctor.
This conference, this confabulation, this meeting, we will discuss Miss Josephine what's-her-name, an interesting case of... This patient has been encouraged to interest herself in useful activities such as the making of catalogues and attending of parties, but without success. She began for a few hours to make progress. She's constantly trying to recapture what she refers to as what it was that had slipped through my fingers. She says it could have been love or physical closeness or warmth or love. Physical closeness or warmth or love.
Josephine!
Or love or physical closeness or love!
You must be tolerant with yourself.
Myself.
You have not opened your letter. Miss Josephine Troughton.
That is supposed to be myself.
Are you going to open it? Shall I read it for you? So let us see. It is from your friend.
My friend.
So, let us see. Dear little thing, I've had to push off for various reasons. I'm due for discharge in any case. I'm missing you very much. I don't know what I would have done without you in that sterile institution. Will these places ever learn? So, as I have already said, you are one of the nicest girls I have ever met. The first woman who did not leave a bad taste in my mouth. The first woman I did not see straight through. You've done me a lot of good. Do we read any more, dearie? I wish I could believe I could do the same for you. It's not good to remember. I expect you'll be leaving soon and will find something to replace your nice, safe old ha-ha. Perhaps we'll be able to meet sometime and talk about old times and rage, or at least I will. And you'll bear with me, funny, nice, calm little thing. I shall always remember the first time I saw you sitting in your ditch. Nice little Josephine. Love, Alistair. Dearie, don't.
Poor lamb. We didn't realize how solitary you were getting, all alone with your catalogues. Bertie and I were hoping. Is there anything you want, dear? Is there anything Bertie and I can do for you, dear? I must be making tracks. Goodbye, dear.
I was born for love, for joy, for so much joy. I'm alive. Even if I don't know the rules, I am alive. We're all animals. We're all absurd. It's all a jungle. But I'm alive.